He said, whoever will survive his duty is to tell the world what's happened here. And I promised me, God, if you will let me survive, I will never relax telling.
October 1943. In the shadowed forests of Nazi-occupied Poland, a spark ignites. At Sobibor, a death camp built for slaughter, prisoners whisper plans of revolt. Hundreds of miles away, Treblinka's survivors carry scars of their own daring escape. In Ukraine's Janowska camp, inmates steal glances at stolen knives, dreaming of freedom. These are the untold stories of World War II's greatest Nazi camp uprisings: Treblinka, Sobibor, Janowska. Men and women, stripped of everything, found courage to fight back. Their survival a beacon of triumph and hope amid unimaginable horror. Yet for those recaptured, the Nazis' wrath was merciless, their crimes a stain on humanity.
In 1938, I was a year old. There was Kristallnacht. Mobs of Austrians destroyed Jewish businesses and homes.
This is a tale of defiance, forged in the crucible of despair that echoes through history. Welcome to Through the Ages, where we uncover the raw truth of the past. Before we step into these stories of survival, hit subscribe, ring that bell, and join thousands exploring history like never before. From 1942 to 1943, Europe bleeds under Nazi rule. Germany's war machine has crushed Poland, France, the Low Countries, and beyond. The Holocaust escalates, with millions herded into ghettos, labor camps, and extermination centers. The final solution, formalized at Wannsee in 1942, targets Europe's Jews for annihilation. Treblinka, Sobibor, and Janowska, three camps among the Nazis' network of over 44,000 sites, are killing machines. Treblinka, hidden in Poland's forests, murders over 800,000 by 1943. Sobibor, nearby, claims 250,000 lives in gas chambers disguised as showers. Janowska, near Lviv, Ukraine, kills over 200,000 through labor, starvation, and executions. Prisoners, stripped of names, reduced to numbers, face daily terror, beatings, hunger, and the constant threat of death. Yet in these hells, hope flickers. By 1943, whispers of resistance spread. The Warsaw Ghetto Uprising in April inspires prisoners. If Jews can fight in ghettos, why not in camps? Allied advances, Stalingrad's fall, North Africa's liberation, hint at Germany's cracks. In Treblinka, Sobibor, and Janowska, prisoners, driven by survival and defiance, plan the impossible. Their stories, told through survivors' voices, reveal a triumph of the human spirit, even as recaptured rebels faced unimaginable cruelty. Treblinka, August 2nd, 1943. In Treblinka's barbed wire cage, death is routine. Gas chambers run day and night, bodies burned in pits, the air thick with ash. Samuel Willenberg, a 20-year-old Polish Jew, arrived in 1942, assigned to sort victims' belongings. The smell choked you, he recalled in his memoir, Surviving Treblinka. We knew we'd die unless we fought. By summer 1943, a secret committee led by Samuel Willenberg and others plots revolt. They smuggle axes, picks, and a few rifles stolen from SS stores. Their plan: kill guards, burn the camp, escape to the forests. On August 2nd, the uprising erupts. At 4 p.m., prisoners attack. Samuel, clutching an axe, joins 1,000 others. We hacked at guards, set fires, chaos, he later said. Flames engulf barracks, gunfire cracks. About 200 prisoners break through the fence, sprinting into the woods. Samuel, dodging bullets, reaches a river, hiding among reeds. I swam, prayed, lived, he recounted. But most are less fortunate. Over 100 are recaptured, tortured, and shot. The SS, enraged, execute hundreds more, chaining bodies to pyres. They burned the living with the dead, survivor Kalman Teigman testified at Eichmann's trial. Treblinka's uprising frees few, perhaps 70 survived the war, but it wounds the camp's operations, closing it by November 1943. Sobibor, October 14, 1943. Sobibor, a smaller extermination camp, is no less deadly. Its gas chambers kill 250,000, mostly Jews, in 18 months. Thomas Blatt, a 15-year-old Polish Jew, arrived in April 1943, tasked with burning documents. "Every day, death stared at us," he wrote in From the Ashes of Sobibor. In September, Soviet POW Alexander Pechersky arrives, igniting hope. With Leon Feldhendler, he plans a revolt. Kill SS guards, seize weapons, escape. Prisoners smuggle knives, axes, even a stolen pistol. On October 14th, the plan unfolds. At 4 p.m., prisoners lure 11 SS guards into workshops, killing them with axes and clubs. Thomas, trembling, helps drag a body. "I felt alive. We'd struck back," he recalled. Over 300 of 600 prisoners charge the fence, trampling barbed wire. Esther Raab, a Polish Jew, sprints through gunfire, reaching the forest. "Bullets flew, but I ran. Freedom called," she told the USC Shoah Foundation. Yet over 100 are recaptured, tortured in Sobibor's punishment block, whipped, starved, then shot. They screamed, begged, died, survivor Ada Lichtman testified. The SS razes Sobibor by December, erasing evidence. About 50 to 60 escapees, including Thomas and Esther, survive, joining partisans or hiding until liberation. Janowska, November 19, 1943. Janowska, a labor and killing camp near Lviv, is a nightmare of starvation and executions. Over 200,000 perish in its pits and gas chambers. Simon Wiesenthal, a 34-year-old Austrian Jew, arrived in 1941, assigned to a railway brigade. "Death was everywhere. Guards shot for sport," he wrote in The Murderers Among Us. In fall 1943, Sonderkommando inmates, forced to burn bodies, learn of their own execution. A secret group, including Wiesenthal's contacts, plans a breakout, stealing knives and tools. On November 19th, the revolt begins. At dawn, about 120 Sonderkommando inmates attack guards, slashing with knives. Wiesenthal, not directly involved, saw the chaos. Men ran, blood flowed. Hope flickered. Roughly 120 escape, scattering into Lviv's sewers and forests. Noah Stockman, a survivor, hid in a barn, later saying, "I breathed free air, but feared every shadow," per Yad Vashem archives. The SS, furious, recaptures many, subjecting them to grotesque tortures, flaying, crucifixion, burning alive. They made examples, pure evil, survivor Leon Wilichker-Wells wrote in the Janowska Road. Janowska continues until July 1944, but the uprising scars its operations, a testament to defiance. The horrors of recapture. In all three camps, recaptured prisoners faced unspeakable crimes. At Treblinka, the SS chained rebels to burning pyres, forcing survivors to watch. Sobibor's recaptured endured days of whipping and starvation before execution, their bodies left to rot as warnings. Janowska's SS went further, flaying skin, crucifying prisoners, or burning them in pits, per Wells's testimony. These atrocities, documented in trials like Eichmann's, reveal the Nazis' sadistic response to resistance, aiming to crush hope. Yet survivors' accounts, Samuel's swim, Esther's run, Noah's hiding, show hope endured, a light in the darkness, the legacy of triumph. These uprisings, Treblinka, Sobibor, Janowska were not just acts of survival, but soaring triumphs of the human spirit. Samuel Willenberg, surviving Treblinka's chaos, fled through forests and rivers, joining Polish partisans to fight on. "We fought, so the world would know," he declared in surviving Treblinka. "Every step I took was for those who died, to tell their story." After hiding in Warsaw, he aided the 1944 uprising, later moving to Israel, where he sculpted and spoke, ensuring Treblinka's horrors endured in memory. "I carried their screams, their hopes, to freedom," he told Yad Vashem in 1992. Thomas Blatt, escaping Sobibor's barbed wire, endured months in Polish forests, hiding in barns and attics. "I lived to tell," he wrote in From the Ashes of Sobibor. Each breath was a victory, a promise to speak. He testified at war crimes trials, his voice unwavering. "Sobibor's fire, it burned in me. I had to survive for the dead." Settling in America, Blatt lectured, ensuring the uprising's spark lived on. Esther Raab, bolting from Sobibor's flames, found refuge with Polish farmers, her heart racing. "Freedom, it was worth everything," she told the USC Shoah Foundation. "I ran and felt alive, for those who couldn't." She hid until liberation, later emigrating to the United States, where she shared her story. "We defied death. Our escape was their defeat." Noah Stockman, fleeing Janowska's blood-soaked pits, navigated Lviv's shadows, hiding in sewers and barns. "I breathed free air, but feared every shadow," he recalled, per Yad Vashem archives. "Survival, it was my fight, for my family's memory." He rebuilt his life in Israel, his resilience a testament. "Janowska took everything, but not my will." Their escapes, roughly 70 from Treblinka, 50 to 60 from Sobibor, dozens from Janowska, ignited resistance across Europe, inspiring partisan groups in Lithuania's forests and SOE missions in Greece, per the Holocaust explained. These survivors, carrying the weight of millions murdered, turned their survival into a clarion call, ensuring the Nazis' crimes and the courage to resist would never be forgotten. This is the story of Treblinka, Sobibor, Janowska, uprisings born in despair, fueled by courage, etched in survival. Samuel, Thomas, Esther, Noah, and others defied death, their triumphs a beacon of hope. The Nazis' crimes, torture, murder cast a long shadow, but the survivors' voices shine brighter, proving humanity's will to endure. What moves you? Samuel's axe? Esther's run? The hope that survived horror? Share in the comments. For more raw history, hit subscribe now. Stay tuned for our next tale.